Hey, good morning. I'm Patricia Murphy. It's Christmas. I hope you have fun plans. The Seattle Now team is off today, but we wanted to leave you a little Christmas present in the feed. It's a bonus episode of another great KUOW podcast, Meet Me Here. Each year, Christmas floods the culture as soon as Thanksgiving turkey is out of the way. There's music, lights, shows, traditions, all of it ranging from super religious to fully secular. One tradition, Die Hard the movie, is the subject of an ongoing debate about its place in the Christmas movie canon. Meet Me Here host Dyer, Oxley, and Weekend Review host Bill Radke argue over it every year, and this year they're bringing the conflict to the mic in a
very special Die Hard Holiday Rumble. In this corner, the Die Hard denier, the merry man of movie virtue, KUOW's Bill Radke. And in this corner, the holiday heretic, the festive film fanatic, Dyer, Oxley. Head-to-head for a holly jolly joust of cinematic purity. Let's get ready to respectfully disagree.
Bill, you're here because I like disagreeing with you.
I like disagreeing with you.
I did. Let's we disagree on sparkling water, I believe.
Yes, we do.
I think, what was the other? There was the qualifying line for what qualifies as a dive bar.
Yes.
was another one.
Yeah.
And I think Die Hard is a great Christmas movie. You do not. But explain to me, where exactly are you coming from? Particularly, why is Die Hard not a Christmas movie?
Because a Christmas movie, Die Hard's a great Christmas tradition for some people, for lots of people. A Christmas movie is one that you have to, if you're going to describe the movie, you have to say Christmas. I quote the movie poster from 1988. Movie posters used to have a lot of text in them. The Die Hard movie poster has like a paragraph. And there's a picture of like a skyscraper exploding and Bruce Willis. It says, high above the city of L.A., a team of terrorists has seized a building, taken hostages, and declared war. One man has managed to escape, an off-duty cop hiding somewhere inside. He's alone, tired, and the only chance anyone has got. That sums up the movie. That's the poster's job. And you don't need it. The Christmas setting is a happenstance.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty big part of this whole debate. Was it originally intended that way? I want to point out that this whole idea of Christmas movies or even Christmas, this is a very relative target to hit, which I think is why this is such a hard thing kind of to discuss around. There are people who are more religious with Christmas, right? It's it's the Mass for Christ. Mm-hmm. And if there's not a baby in a manger, it's not a Christmas movie, right? And so you throw all that out there, which brings me to my point of what actually makes a Christmas movie.
Okay, I want to know.
There is this usual argument for why Die Hard is a Christmas music. I could lay it all out, but instead, I'm going to let Helen Roundhill explain. Helen plays Holly Gennaro in Die Hard the Musical, and they hit on some main points around this perspective, but Helen also has a few takes of their own.
It is a violent movie. It still hits all of the Hallmark Christmas movie tropes. You have an estranged family being brought back together by the power of Christmas, right? And you have one of them is this high-earning, high-achieving person, right? Who, through the magic of terrorism, realizes that actually maybe a slower life pace is important. And her name is Holly, for heaven's sake. There's snow at the end. To me, it hits all of those things that you expect from the overly saccharine, sweet movie, but in a fun way with machine guns.
That's a good launching point. Do
you want me to tell you why that's wrong, or do you want to just keep
Tell
going?
me why it's wrong.
They're brought together by the power of Christmas. It could have been that it happened to be Halloween, and there was a Halloween party downstairs. It could have been a bar mitzvah. It could have been a convention. It could have been Comic-Con.
I don't think so, and this is why.
Okay.
Christmas is a very particular holiday to set this against. It isn't Halloween. It isn't the horror. It isn't the 4th of July. It isn't patriotic pride. It's Christmas. And I think that is a very important contrast to have against this particular storyline. What makes a Christmas movie? To me, I think it's not necessarily the snowmen and Hallmark movies that my wife is really crazy about. Those kind of things. I think when we really hit the nail on the head, it's about a certain set of virtues and values that we are highlighting. These are the better parts of human nature that we wish we could embrace all year round. And for some reason, this is cultures across the planet. Usually when it gets darker and colder, we really want to lean in to the brighter side of humanity instead of the darker side of humanity. So family, togetherness, generosity, charity, humility, I can go on, forgiveness, kindness, compassion. These are all kind of bound up in altruism, right? And some of us hit these little virtuous marks by watching Die Hard at Christmas. The fact that Christmas is in there and that encapsulates this kind of vibe, you can write allusions to that. You can write motifs around that. Every time you hear a little jingle bell, your brain psychologically is going to go to a very particular place. And I think that's why Die Hard gets argued to be a Christmas movie so often, and Lethal Weapon is not, right? Lethal Weapon came out within a year of Die Hard. It's also set at Christmas. In fact, most of the actors, there's a lot of actors that are the same in both these movies. But that's one you could definitely take Christmas out of, and it's like, yeah, okay, so what? But I feel like with Die Hard, if you take Christmas out of it, it's almost like the punch doesn't land. Yeah. You know?
You're right that there is, thank goodness there's a holiday where we embrace those higher virtues. And it has nothing to do with, venal, it doesn't have to do with religion, it doesn't have to do with capitalism. It's just the goodness. It's all about family. And that holiday is Thanksgiving. It would have been at least as good to be a thing. It's not a Christmas movie.
Okay, I really like that point actually a lot, because I have argued for a long time Christmas is actually what Thanksgiving was supposed to be.
Thank you.
We don't do that anymore because Christmas won out. It's just a lot more, lot more fun with Christmas trees and so forth. But This is actually a really good example that another reason why Die Hard is a Christmas movie, because we want it to be.
Yeah.
Right? So, there are so many things that start out one way and end up another way. And I always point to Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells is a Thanksgiving song, and it's a drinking song.
Yep.
It is, for its day, written in the 1800s. It was originally written for this holiday they were trying to event called Thanksgiving. And a church choir did it. But the writer actually wrote it more kind of as a drinking song. So sometimes things may have started out one way, but because our society embraces them in another way, it just gets folded in, and now it just is.
We're coming together. You're making my point. That's fascinating about Jingle Bells and Thanksgiving. And if we just call those all, when I was a kid, we had a compilation of 4 records, and it had, Go Tell It on the Mountain, and it had, Santa Bring My Baby Back to Me, whatever, right? Various, and Oh Holy Night, and Jingle Bells. And Winter Wonderland has nothing to do with Christmas. But to me, it's just all Christmas music. It's a gumbo. It all got thrown in. And I think calling that all Christmas music makes life less interesting. Thing is, Christmas attracts a lot of hangers-on. Everybody wants to attach themselves to Christmas. Starbucks does, Amazon does, songwriters, right? Record labels, film studios. Fine, great. It makes Die Hard extra fun.
If I could amend that, everybody wants that Christmas dollar.
Yes, that's it. Everybody wants the Christmas dollar. Okay, you do capitalism, but we get to make distinctions. And I'm saying calling it a Christmas tradition but not a Christmas movie is like saying Jingle Bells is, it's on Warm 106.9, but it's not really a Christmas song. Let me tell you why. But that love for Christmas, everybody attaches themselves. To me, it makes Christmas blur out. Whereas if I keep them separate in my mind, it's like with Christmas music, I think of a sacred hymn versus a carol. To me is that sort of like Victorian era type of song. And I think that Mariah Carey song is fantastic Christmas-adjacent schlock. And I love it. I love schlock. I like an eggnog in my coffee. It's fine, but it's not, to me, it doesn't go to the core. I preserve a core Christmas in my own mind.
It's so funny you say that, too, because I always describe Christmas music as like, at one extent, like religious show tunes.
Yeah.
Or just bad show tunes. You know, I might as well be singing the Brady Bunch,
right.
You know, because, I don't know, it just doesn't hit me as well.
Okay. I told some friends of mine that we were going to have this conversation. 3 friends on a text thread. They were all, not only were they unanimous that Die Hard is obviously a Christmas movie, but they seemed disgruntled that I would even question it. I felt like they were being defensive about it, and so so I don't know if you are like that, but why is it so important for you and others that other people think Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
So this is where I'm going to make some people mad.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the deal. Christmas is not my favorite holiday.
What?
I think, yeah, I know.
This is making sense. I think
sorry,
I know where
Nina.
you're going.
Sorry, Nina.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's a little hokey.
Yes.
It's a little, it's just not my vibe, right? And I think I'm not alone in that. If you love Christmas, this is not to take away any of the religious significance, anything like that, love it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not really my thing. I think Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Okay.
I think it just fits more of my personality. And so when you enter Christmas, there's a group of us that maybe want something that's not exactly somebody going to a small town where they were from and meeting their old high school flames so they could learn the true values of whatever they're missing in their life, yada, yada, yada. Like, it's just, Die Hard kind of fits into, I think it's also why you get like horror Christmas movies. There's a Christmas movie, I believe, called Old Violent Night that is essentially Home Alone for grown-ups. And that movie, you take Christmas out of it, you do not have a movie at all. Right. It is very, very woven into that story. So that is definitely a Christmas movie, but it's a very bloody Christmas movie. But there's some folks that really want maybe something a little different that hits their sweet spot, right?
Yeah.
Christmas hits a sweet spot for, I think, the vast majority of people. Some people, we're a little bit over here, and we kind of need something a little different. I think that's why I like Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
It sounds like you're saying Die Hard is a Christmas movie for people who don't like Christmas. So why, you're like, for people who are avoiding Christmas. But I'm saying, like, if you're avoiding Christmas, then you don't want to sully your favorite movie by calling it a Christmas movie.
There is no avoiding Christmas, Bill. Like, I was in Chiang Mai, and I was at Christmas. I'm halfway around the world, and yeah, there's just no avoiding it, right? And like I said, my wife loves these Hallmark movies for whatever reason, and we watch them over and over again. It's perfectly fine to maybe find your own way into this time of year because you're not getting away from it. It's there's also kind of another angle in on this too, is there's so many movies that people watch around Christmas time. Maybe they're not arguing their Christmas movies, but for some reason, Lord of the Rings, every Christmas. For whatever reason, Harry Potter films, always at Christmas. Nothing to do with, but they are Christmas, time traditions. People are doing them.
Actually, Time Out magazine called the first Harry Potter movie one of the 50 greatest Christmas movies.
Really?
And I was like, what? Harry Potter's a Christmas movie?
More power to it. There's snow.
There's snow.
Yeah, so I guess you got that. Now I am being the Christmas movie Grinch and saying, how dare your movie be counted as a Christmas? Oh,
I've
boy.
won you over to the dark side.
Oh,
you and me on the top of Mount Trumpet.
Well, Bill, thank you for laying out your argument for why you believe Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. We can just add this to the list of things that we disagree about. Before we go, though, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
I'm so unoriginal. I don't try to be original. I love It's a Wonderful Life. I think of it as a Christmas tradition. I do not think of it as a Christmas movie. But Christmas movie, I guess I love A Christmas Carol, and I cry and I engage with the holiday, and you can't take Christmas out of A Christmas Carol. So that's my mwah.
That was an episode of Meet Me Here with Dyer, Oxley, and Bill Radke. It's KUOW's newest podcast about arts and culture. Find more episodes of Meet Me Here and more arts and culture event recommendations in the KUOW app or your favorite podcast app. Thanks for joining us. I hope you have a happy holiday. The episode was produced by Matt Martin. The Seattle Now team is Caroline Chamberlain Gomez, Vaughn Jones, Brooklyn Jamerson Flowers, Andy Hurst, and Paige Browning. Greg Kramer does our theme music. Seattle Now and KUOW Public Radio are members of the NPR network. I'm Patricia Murphy. See you tomorrow.